Hey, Scrappy friends, I'm Ashley Horton, and I'm so excited that you're joining me for this Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube blog hop. We've got lots of ladies participating in this, so lots of information or inspiration, giveaways, prizes, challenges, all that fun stuff. So I'm getting started here with my layout. I did this technique on a crepe paper layout not too long ago, and I had several people ask how I created the pleated rosettes that I did. So I thought I would do that again, but in a different way. I'm making a very large one for the background. So what I'm doing first is, you can see I cut these papers. These are Simple Stories papers, and I cut each strip at 4.5 by 12. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to score these. Typically I score them maybe at like 1/4, but if you want it a little bit flatter on your page, the skinnier marks that you make to score it, the flatter it's going to be. So these are like 1/8 scores, and I just showed you a bit there what I did, and then finish the rest off camera. So now I'm going to accordion style fold these, and what I do is when I put these together, I start one fold going up and one fold going down. So you can see on that first one I started folding up, and on this one I'm folding down. So that way when I get ready to put these together, I'll have a little edge where I can go and put them together, and you're going to see that here. So I'm just using my adhesive, and so I've got those ends that match up, and that way I can go ahead and adhere those together to make one long strip. Now, if you're doing a smaller rosette, you wouldn't have to cut 4 pieces. You would only need 2 strips, but since I wanted a larger one, I wanted this to be around 10 inches. So I cut wider strips for mine. And so you have to put more together to get it to completely come around and meet. And if you haven't done this before, you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. And I have to fight with it for a while because it is so large, it doesn't want to cooperate. So I like to punch a little circle. So you see I just did that, and that's what I'm going to help to adhere it to. And once you get it all together and have it completely around, I like to call it a coffee filter. It kind of reminds me of a coffee filter. So I've got it ready, and now I'm going to flatten it out. So here comes the fun part. It did not want to go together as easily. If you're doing one smaller, you won't have as much problems because you won't have so much pleating, but I was just trying to squish this one in a little bit, and I probably should have cut my circle more than 2 inches, but oh well, that was after the fact. I finally got it to work, so I just play with it here a bit and just kind of keep squeezing it in because I did want the circumference of it to be a little bit smaller. And so, ta-da! I finally got it, and I liked the way it turned out. And I didn't worry about that center part because I'm going to cover that with my photo. So I just added some hot glue and put that on a white cardstock background. And I'm using a cut file from the Cut Shop, which is the Etsy store that I own. This one is called the Right on Target cut file. And I wanted to layer that behind the photo and over the rosette. And I wanted to add some pattern paper behind it, but I didn't want to fill in all the spots. So I just used that same Simple Stories paper. And I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces here just to show you the process of that. And when you're doing it like this, you want to make sure that you flip your paper over and you want to flip your cut file over, so that way they match up and you're not drawing on the front of your paper and having to worry about pencil lines. And so you can see that fits in there perfectly. And I'm just going to do one more here for you. And then I just kind of use a square from each one of those colors all the way around, so you'll see it finished in just a second. And like I said, I didn't fill in every space. I wanted some of the rosette to show through, so I left parts of those open on the backing. And now you can see I've got it finished, and I like that look. And I added hot glue. Some people will probably freak out. I don't mind, but I wanted to make sure that that photo stuck. So I did add hot glue because of the rosette, just to keep it in place. So now I'm starting my embellishing. I pretty much used everything Simple Stories on this. It's a mix of the Life in Color. I cannot remember what the name of this one is. It's the Travel Collection. I used a little bit of Carpe Diem and also some of the Let's Party collection. I like how they all coordinate together. And I need a lot of embellishments for what I'm about to do. I wanted to add embellishments around the whole perimeter of the rosette circle. So I'm using a mix of brads, wood veneers, enamel dots, stickers, chipboard, and I'm just going to do a little bit here for you. I'm pulling out some pieces that I want to use that kind of go along with the beach theme. So I'm just going to work on that for a second, and I'm not going to bore you with watching put those all the way around. I'm just going to do a few, and I finish all the rest of that off camera. And so while I'm adding these, I want to thank all the sponsors that are sponsoring the Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube blog hop. We've got lots of sponsors that are helping out with this, and you'll see a little graphic of all of those at the end of the video. So check those out. And I'll have all of the list of ladies that are participating today down in the info and the comment part down here, so you can check all that out and visit them to check out their videos. There's lots of talent happening this weekend. We started yesterday. I'm up today, and then we have ladies also up tomorrow. So make sure that you're on YouTube all weekend watching videos. And since I didn't add any stitching on this layout, I wanted some thread, and so I decided to try the technique that Missy Wooden does with the tangled thread. I wanted some texture with some thread, and so I just kind of wrapped that up and added it in a couple of places. You'll see it at the end here on the finished layout, and like I said, you'll see the sponsors. You'll also see for the cut shop we have some things going on. If you want to check that out, we have a new digital printable collection in the Cut Shop Etsy store. We have a 50% off discount today, so make sure you check all that out. And thank you for joining me. You can subscribe, like, and comment. Winners will be chosen from the comments throughout the YouTube blog hop, so make sure you do that. And I hope you have a fun weekend and that you get to participate in lots of challenges for National Scrapbook Day. And thanks so much for joining in with me, and hope to see you soon.